Crash Course Live is presented by Smash It Demolition Derbies and the 2016 Bash for Cash. Demo Derby Masters. Winter Slam 2016. Ultimate Derby and Blizzard Bash and Capital City Carnage. Syopa Racing and SyopaRacing.com. Reckless Abandon Derby Apparel at RecklessAbandonGear.com. And Derby Inc. Magazine. Live it, breathe it, be it, Derby Inc. This is the Crash Course Demolition Derby podcast, recorded live at the FingerLakes1.com studios in downtown Seneca Falls, New York. And now your host, Chris Marquardt. Good afternoon, good evening welcome to episode number 155 of the Crash Course. We have got an absolutely jacked show on deck this evening. We're going to be talking to a ton under the national bracket drivers. Ben, what are you doing?
There we go. Repping Hardy. Whoa.
and I always said it was a bad idea.
Way off already.
Yeah, he's out. He's out of it.
He's
all
always said
discombobulated.
It was a bad idea for Ben to do shots before we go live, and tonight is.
Okay.
Oh man, it's going to be a good one. Brian Tompkins joining us in studio, of course.
This is one of those nights we should have the mics on early.
Oh yeah, this is one of those nights. Can you believe there is right now at present about 130 fantasy league teams to load still. We went through the emails, and since we went through them, there's been another 30 or so that have been sent in, which, if you factor
over
those
900,
together, it's going to put us up over 900,
Woo.
which is unbelievable.
Let's hit 1,000.
Nope, it's not. We've done enough. We've proved our point. It's unbelievable. Zach Olson's going to be doing a final update. I believe the plan is to get that stuff together for an announcement Wednesday morning before he flies out. So we got a busy day tonight and tomorrow to get the rest of those teams loaded and everybody in. That does shut down at 7 o'clock West Coast time. So at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock Eastern, which is like 3 hours before we take off for the airport, by the way. We're going to shut all that down, and that's going to lock in our fantasy league teams for 2016. Are you even remotely excited yet for the prospects of this trip yet?
Absolutely.
Little
No.
bit? No?
No.
I'm off no work for 10 days, so I'm pretty excited. No work at my full-time job. We'll be pretty busy in Topeka, but day off tomorrow. I'm going to put in a dog fence, go vote, and then count the hours till we leave early Wednesday morning.
Welcome to the.
That's all right, though. I mean,
Welcome to the morning club.
that means that everything's going to work out.
I'm still on overtime.
Yeah, perfect. So you've already worked 2 weeks this week.
Yeah, I'll be I can't say I'm not excited. I'll be excited tomorrow night.
Hey, can I put you in?
Who we got? Uncle Jimmy?
We got Jimmy Johnson's going to be up first. We're going to be talking with Dylan Lane, Mike Brown, Dustin Ingram, Chris Lancaster. We're going to talk to Sam Williams a little bit later on. It is going to be jacked. And basically, we're just ripping through everybody in the first half hour. We got 5 or 6 drivers that we're going to talk with. Chris Lancaster, Dylan Lane, Mike Brown, Dustin Ingram, and, of course, the one and only Jimmy Johnson, the only defending – what's wrong, Ben?
What do you get? 5 minutes. You get Jimmy talking, he's going to be on there for 15.
Well, that's why we left a 20-minute gap in the middle.
All right. Okay.
For overflow.
Right.
Jimmy's busy. Jimmy's got to
finishing the car up.
Jimmy's got to put the body on the frame at this point.
A lot of time left.
Right, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. So the only returning member of the defending champion Team Kansas team, Jimmy, you got Steve Syopa coming in with you this time around. How excited are you for Blizzard Bash 2016?
Oh, I'm looking very optimistic. It looks like the team's come together real good. I'm happy that these guys all filled in and was more than happy to help us out.
You've got the Geg boys with you this year. We've seen them coming up through the ranks. I remember meeting them the first time we were in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and they were driving outstandingly well. I know they've come along, evolved. They've been under your wing for a little while. Have they taken every note, and have you given them every note?
Oh, you know what? Those guys have helped us way more than I've helped them. So, the pleasure is ours, and I'm just happy to have them.
Jimmy, I think it's great that you found that Cherry 75 Grand Fury wagon. I think that's going to be the car to beat this year. I'm really happy you're repping Mopar for your buddy Josh Decker. That's great, man.
Yeah, well, hold your hand on your ass and see how long that lasts.
You got that for a lawn ornament. You got that for a lawn ornament right now.
You don't think that'd be a good car for Blizzard Bash, Jimmy?
No.
Not for me. That's more Bandai style. Not for me. It wouldn't be. No, it fall apart on me.
No, that shit be better
Too
than
many years. Too many years since I've worked on Mopar.
Yeah, but you got a lot of wins with them Mopars.
Really?
No. There's a lot of losers in that category.
Oh boy.
I pulled out some old. We found some old pictures here a few months back, and I sent them to Decker. He wasn't too impressed.
Ben, save us quick.
That's awesome. Looking forward to it.
We got the rear end problem solved from last year?
Yeah, I think so. Post Mopar took care of us, and we got 15 bolt in there, and it's been working real good.
Is this one of those special tow package Buicks?
Go package what?
Is this one of those special tow package Buicks that you keep threatening to bring?
Yeah, no. It's tow package, but it's nothing special.
No.
It's not the Secret Service model.
Interesting. So were the gig boys excited to come up and drive in the national bracket this year? I don't see how you couldn't be.
Yeah, they were very, very, I called them. I said, hey, look, guys, we've had a couple spots open here. We need a filler, and you boys have helped the most. It's your opportunity. If you want it, it's there. And they were more than willing to jump on board and help and spend a buttload of money, whatever it took. They were there. They've been in it. They've had their heads in it ever since I've asked. They call me weekly, give me updates, and just they've been real good, guys. I mean, you can't ask for any better kids than they are.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the last couple of years going into Blizzard Bash, you've had question marks a little bit in terms of if all the cars are going to get done, or if they're going to get there. And then you've had some stuff to prove going into that because of what happened the year before. This time there's a completely different approach to Blizzard Bash, at least from the outside looking in. You don't necessarily have anything going in to prove, do you? And then moreover, you've got a pretty solid combination of cars where you're not wondering if you're going to have a 4-car team, if you're going to have to drive a man down. Does this put you in a more relaxed spot going in, or does this put you in a spot where there's more pressure because you are the defending champions with a new group of teammates?
You know what? The defending champions, it's great, but I don't look too much into it. You just go out there and drive our race. I mean, that's what we're going to do. We do it every show. We'll drive our race. We'll do the best we can and leave it all on the track.
Yeah, I don't think he's got to worry. All the shit's done. You know what I mean? You ain't got to worry about Steve. Steve's shit's done.
Oh,
Everything's right, top notch. Everything's done, ready to rip, and it's.
When we were guys down, Todd Siopa stepped up. He sent me a message, said, "Jimmy, anything we can do? You need a guy, we're there." Yep. And like I said, I thought at that point in time I had it covered. I called him back a couple weeks later and said, "Todd, you know what? I'm probably gonna have to take you up on that if you're still, you're still available and you're still interested." He said, "No problem, we're there." Mm-hmm. Made a phone call, made it happen that quick, and Steve called me on the phone, and it's been great ever since. I mean, this guy he had a car done, completely done, fresh.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Gutted it. Said, we're going to build a new one. This is what we're going to do. How we're going to do it. Put it out, as a yard ornament, and pulled a new one in and built it. Yeah. I mean, you can't ask for no more than that.
I think we saw that car.
Yeah,
we did.
Yeah, we seen it.
Yeah.
Pretty nice exactly. I'm pretty sure we know exactly what we're talking about. But man, when them guys, I tell you what, when they put their heads together, the group of guys he's got in that shop,
it's impressive. Very impressive.
Right.
Definitely going to be some hard
you
shit.
Bet. We want to thank we want to thank Siopa Racing big time. They came in and helped us out and I never be able to repay them for that, but if they never need anything, we're going to be there for them. So that's just that, that's the way
Jimmy,
awesome.
what do you think of the 03s coming back? 03 Newers coming back this year. Do you think do you think that'll kind of even things out? Do you think last year we kind of saw that the older iron being a little bit tougher. What do you think with the 03s coming back this year?
It's just according to the builder and what they're doing. The way I read the rules in there, there's a few guys that's going to come to my mind that's going to build some. It's going to be a nasty Vic. It's just the way it's going to be. Several of them, they could be up for disappointments. It's just hard to say. It's who's done their homework the most.
Right.
Yep.
What's left to do on the car at this point?
What's that, sir?
What's left to do on the car at this point? Just put it on the trailer?
Paint it.
Paint it?
A lot of time.
Jason Sauer from Most Wanted to Find Out to make the trip
you
out
go.
there to paint the Team Kansas car. It's going to be pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. That dude's cool as hell.
So we're gonna get Dustin Ingram here in just a few minutes. Jimmy, we wish you the best. Travel safe. Appreciate the few minutes. I know you got more work that you got to do, and I'm sure that it's not just a matter of painting the car.
All right, guys. I thank you.
All right, we'll
Thank
see
you,
you out
See
there,
you in a couple
Jimmy.
days. There
Thanks
goes.
for all you do, guys.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
we'll see you out there.
There goes Jimmy Johnson.
You mean when he drives safe, that 20-minute drive from home to the Expo Center? That's what you meant by drive safe?
I sent all of the RC Derby trophies to Jake Wazorik's house because he lives like a half hour away.
Nice.
How did you end up filling the bracket for teams out there?
No. There's 12. There's 12 out of 16 slots are filled. There's a 13th team at large right now that hasn't paid up their spot. So I don't know if they're coming or not. They don't like the build rules, I guess.
Are they Blizzard Bash build rules?
Oh, they're Blizzard Bash build rules.
Nice.
And actually, they're a lot more stock than a lot of it. Just so it's easier for people from
Other
out of
areas.
different corners to come and compete.
That's cool.
Pre-cast.
Ben hates me right now, which is fine.
Got to get into precast stuff, titanium.
Hey, Dustin, can I put you in? This is the guy, Brian, that you should shoot the question to that you just asked to Jimmy.
Oh,
About the 03
North.
Newers?
Yes, ask.
Yeah, there'll probably be a tough 03 or newer on Team IFD, I'm sure.
Well, they took the kickers away from him.
Dustin Ingram with Team IFD took second overall in the national bracket last year. How's everything coming for this year, man?
We're already loaded, headed down the road. We're in good shape this year.
Wow, that's
Nice.
cool. Very cool.
So we hope to roll into Topeka maybe Tuesday night, somewhere in there.
Nice.
Stop somewhere around Earlville, Illinois tomorrow.
Cool.
So what have you got on the trailer?
Car.
Good call. I bet you it's got a guard engine in it.
Yeah, I'll guarantee that.
That much. Beyond that, we'll find out when we get there,
Yeah.
huh?
Yep.
Yeah. It's just a car, nothing special.
Uh-huh.
I find that almost impossible to believe, but I'll lie and say I'm going
I'm
with
sure it's not a knife going to a gunfight.
No.
it. Definitely not.
It's
a
probably
big gun.
it's probably a 50 caliber.
That's just what
rolling
I was
in.
thinking was a 50 cal coming into a gunfight.
Dustin, a little bit of a different atmosphere this year, kind of like what we just talked about with Jimmy Johnson. Those guys, they had some question marks in years past. There was some concerns that they had some bad luck that left them wanting. That all came around for them last year. They come away with the win. You guys second place. It was a blink of an eye, bang bang turn of events at the finish. I feel like you guys have got to be coming into this one with something else to prove after the narrow photo finish you guys were in last year.
Any spot you finish out there with the big names and the teams and the great cars that everybody builds, any place is if you can make it into that feature, that's an accomplishment on its own.
Mhm.
Second place was a little bit bitter last year, but
Sure.
As long as we can make it into the feature this year, I'd be happy with that. Anything less than that would be disappointing, but just it's a long drive, so you got to make the feature.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, I hard to argue with that. I mean, your group coming back intact, which is good news for Team Guard, Team IFD, that they had a lot of interchange with quality drivers moving into that spot. Coming back after having worked together last year, does that help in terms of your team planning and your strategy, that familiarity? It just seems like when you have that contiguous group like this, it's got to help with everybody thinking as one.
I don't know. No, nothing changes. I'm the fill-in on the team. I'm number 4. I just go and do what those guys tell me to do and ask me to do, and there's no real game plan. Those 3 have been at this a long time, and and Ryan and Bobby and Bob, they've got this game figured out. I'm just a fill-in. I just tag along.
All right, I like the fact that you're trying to be humble. I get that. But we all know that a year or two ago you won every big derby just about that there was. So, I mean, you got to be coming back a little excited. I mean, last year was your first time running Blizzard Bash, right?
Yep.
I mean, you got to be coming back a little excited. I mean, you kind of know what to expect. I mean, you got to be a little excited. I mean, you got a pretty nasty car, pretty nasty drive line. I mean, obviously you're one of the top drivers in the sport. I mean, you got to be a little excited going back.
Oh, I'm excited to go back. I'm not excited about this 22-hour drive ahead of me right now.
Yeah.
It's a great show. Sam puts on a hell of a show out there. It's a long week. It's tough on everybody, but I'm not excited. I'll be happy when it's over with, to tell you the truth. Just to get this car done, and I guess I'll just be happy to get there. I guess it'd be the best thing.
Absolutely.
Get there and get to the feature, and then you feel like a major accomplishment.
Yeah, because you got to get through 3 features to get there.
And then wake up at 4 o'clock on Monday morning and drive 22 hours back home.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's a long week. It takes a lot out of you coming this far, but I guess I'm a sucker to do it 2 years in a row. But it's those guys make it worthwhile. I got a great team, so I couldn't let them down, and they make it worth a while.
Our plane leaves Kansas City, Missouri, Monday about midday, and Brian loves to sit on the windows with binoculars and look at the license plate. So we'll be looking for a northeast-bound Ontario plate, and we'll assume that it's yours.
I think Whitaker and I we should roll into Topeka sometime. Oh, I don't know, probably around 8 o'clock tomorrow night should be, hopefully, if all goes right, that should work out just fine. And that's early, because I think it was about 10:30 on Wednesday night when we rolled in there last year, and sat in the tack line until about 2 o'clock in the morning.
2 in the morning, yeah. Yeah, I was there.
So
I'd
like to pass tech if all possible. I said if all possible.
Yeah.
I heard you.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I bet you that behind Dustin with his whatever it is on his trailer, I bet you Bobby Whitaker's hauling in a Whitaker wagon. I'm just going to go out on a limb, but I bet you he's going to be there with a Whitaker wagon. That's just
I think they're coming from two very different directions, but you're probably right.
I don't know. He doesn't share any pictures. He's a pretty quiet guy. He doesn't talk much. So
yeah,
I guess I'll find out here in about 10 hours.
Yeah. It'd be a big surprise.
Yeah.
Early Christmas.
Whatever Bobby brings, he drive. I don't know anybody who can drive better than Bobby, so I'd let him go out there to shopping cart, and I'd still be confident with him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Dumpster wheels.
It's funny you should say that. We got a message from a lawnmower guy. I told him after we get past Blizzard Bash, we'll have him on. He's an Ohio guy. He's won 3 of the last 4 Bash for Cashes.
Nice.
So I just want to talk to him because dude's got to be out of his mind.
Yeah.
He's got to be just out of his mind to run, as Ben always calls them, dumpsters with wheels.
Yeah.
You're dope.
Well, Dustin, travel safe for sure. Be careful getting out there. I know that's a long drive. And we look forward to catching up with you when we get out there. We'll be out there Wednesday around midday.
That's great. Have a good one, guys. See you.
All right, see you,
Good luck
Dustin.
this week. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
There goes Dustin Ingram, trying as desperately as we can to keep on pace. Dylan Lane is up next. We all remember Dylan Lane.
Mm-hmm.
Team Black and White.
Yep.
They won it back in 2012. We'll be catching up with him here momentarily. I've got another phone off to the side ready if you keep seeing me look over.
Gotta ask him what drink he mixed up that one time.
Ask him when you see him.
Some
The purple stuff?
Yeah, it tastes like grape juice.
Ben was a fan of that. I do know that.
Dr. McGillicuddy's, Red Bull, and something. Yeah, they were mixing it by the boatload.
It's Chris. Let me put you in.
They said, "Here, try this." It's like, I don't know about that. Yeah, it tastes like grape juice.
Dylan Lane from Team Black and White. They won it back in 2012. Catching up with Dylan. Dylan, man, how's everything going?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing
Good.
all right.
Good.
Everything all done with the car? On the trailer, ready to go?
Not quite there yet. No.
You're another guy that I think Brian's question is certainly fair. How do you think things are going to change with the 03s coming back?
You know what? Like they were saying before, I think it kind of just depends on the builder.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The right builder, I think they're going to be nasty. You know, it just really depends, I think. They got their weak points, too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think it just is going to vary, just depending on, you know, there's a lot of details there. I don't think they're going to be like they were 2 or 3 years ago when they were there, when everyone was running them.
Right.
But that's my personal opinion.
No.
How about in terms of the team this year? You changed it up a little bit for this combination. We still got 3 of the drivers that have been a staple of this black and white crew for a long time. How's everything shaking out in terms of the team strategy and your game planning for the action coming up this week?
What was that now? I didn't hear you. You guys are kind of quiet. I don't know if it's my connection here or what.
Yeah, is this a little bit better for you?
Yep.
Can you hear better? I was just asking about the team. We've got a little bit of a changing of the guard with team black and white. You had a pretty stable group of 4 guys. There's been a little bit of a change now. Adding somebody to the team this year, Tom Stern joining you, Joel and David Gockel, Joel Harris and David Gockel. How's the team strategy playing out? Have you guys talked a little bit about what your game plans are in terms of how you're going to attack round 1?
You know, yeah, we've talked a little bit about that. Tom, he was excited to jump on when we asked him. I think we asked him, and it was a week later. He was already sending pictures of the car in. You know, we got the rear end in it, and he was excited. And I know he's been done for a while, and the car looks good. So he's excited, and I'm excited to drive with him.
Nice.
Who broke the block last year?
What's that?
Who broke the block last year? Somebody had a bumper get up over the bumper, and it got through the radiator and core support and fractured the block. Who broke the block on the team last year?
That was Cordell, and the first heat. Someone cleared his front bumper and put their bumper basically straight into the timing chain cover, and it was
poof.
All shitty after that.
Oh yeah, shit went south fast.
Yeah,
But yep, and then we were rolling with 3 second round and made it through second round, and we got a motor back in it for him for the finals, and we were back with 4. So yeah, it was a little struggle for us there last year.
Yep, and you guys picked up 4.
It was just the bumper heights challenge and old iron versus the tall new iron. You know,
right.
Sometimes it just don't work out.
That was 4th place for you guys last year. You coming in a little bit motivated. It's been a couple years since you've been in the winner's circle at Blizzard Bash.
Yeah, it's been a few years. We've always been in the finals, it seems like, getting close. I don't think we've done anything less than 4th other than 1 year. You know, we're just confident and excited to be there, and I guess our goal is to make finals again and see where it goes from there.
Everybody keeps saying the same thing. Just got to get to the finals. After that, it's bonus.
Well, that's everybody's goal. Well,
it is. You know, it's a big accomplishment. I mean, that first heat, it's almost more exciting and intense than the finals. I mean, it's make or break. You know, you're looking at not coming back next year that first round, or otherwise, you know, you're looking off to a good jump start on it. You know, if you lose that first round, it's a tough go.
Yep.
Very
tough go. I think that's an understatement.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Very
You're in
much
for a
so.
long weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, if things don't fall right in that first round, it turns into a very, very Mike Worth and JYD last year, they had a long way around, but it ended up shaking out for them. All right, they kept their spot, and we saw Team Extreme, 2 Minnesota teams, Team Extreme and Minnesota Style, both win their way into the national bracket. Now they've got their spot that they're desperately hanging on to it. And Dylan's onto something too. It's so key to make the feature. If you're in the feature, you know you got a spot next year.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If you're on that B side of the bracket, a couple breaks that don't fall your way, you're looking at going to the qualifying bracket. You're not even in the national draw anymore.
Yeah.
That's tough.
You make it a feature. That's one little hump. You know, and then you know the ultimate goal is to be with the checkered flag. But you know the important hump. Like I mean, it is. I mean, it's a very important hump to make the feature, so you don't have to mess around and go through all that because. It's not like that's an easy road either.
No,
right?
You know,
well,
there's a lot of hungry teams coming up through. You know that be more than happy to knock a top notch. You know, a national
Established
qualified
team,
team
yeah.
that's been there for years. They definitely are chomping at the bit to put a name for themselves out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just kicked the shit out of them, and when we just ran them, so
Yep.
we're in now. So I mean, I believe there's just like anywhere else. I mean, bragging rights is key. I mean, real key.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing is there's no easy teams in the national round. I mean,
The qualifying
Or in the
brackets just
qualifying.
it's crazy. I mean, every
Just
heat
as
is
good, I should say.
every heat is it's a feature. I mean, every heat we watch out there is basically a feature. I mean, there's 8 of the best guys and builders around, and they say go, and those guys are after it. I mean, I think that's what why it's so intense on there. I mean, there's no. Nobody has an easy road in either of the brackets out there. I mean, it's tough all the way around.
I think they should bring the dash bar kicker back.
Dylan, what's your thoughts on that? Dash bar kicker coming back.
What was that now?
Bringing the dash bar kicker back. Ben says he wants the dash bar kicker back.
Well, after the first heat last year with the dash bar kicker, I know I was pissed in blood that next morning. So I'm not going to lie about that.
That's how stupid. I mean,
but it's kind of nice not having it there. It makes people drive a little bit more. Makes the cars wiggle a little bit, and makes you drive a little bit harder instead of just hiding behind a bumper.
Right.
But I don't know. It was an interesting build. I mean, it was different. It was definitely different with those kickers. The cars moved different, and I think some people were ready for it, and some people weren't.
Yeah, I think you definitely seen it equal the playing field a little bit.
It definitely did, yeah.
I always say it made those cars stupid. They're stupid hard to start with, but they were just ridiculous. I mean, everybody would seem like a high percentage of people, I'm sure, came out of each heat punch drunk. Like they just went like 3 rounds with
Ali.
Yeah, with a heavyweight. But I mean, it's
absolutely.
Well, Dylan, man, appreciate you making some time. I know you got a little bit of work left to do here before we get there. Safe travels. Make sure there's no blood in the urine this year. I wish you the smoothest pass possible through Blizzard Bash this year.
Absolutely. I wish everybody else was smooth as tech too. It can get stressful down there sometimes for everybody.
Yeah, you guys got to make some more of that grape juice stuff.
That's right.
We'll have to find you in the pits, I guess. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Dylan, man, always good to talk to you. We'll see you in a couple days.
You bet. Thank you.
See you. Thanks, Dylan. Get out.
I didn't even hear what he say. I didn't even hear what he said.
I think he kind of laughed and said,
Did he laugh? It's some weird ass.
I just said easiest path through, thinking a little bit no kidney damage, so to say. And he thought I was talking about Tech. Those guys, I don't remember them having any trouble in Tech last year, did they?
No, I mean, I don't think they had anything more than anybody else.
Yeah. I mean, it's a relative story. I mean,
yeah. I mean, there's definitely. I mean, the 03s are definitely were a focal point, but I mean, we'll see what happens this year.
Hey, Mike Brown, is Chris going to?
I think everybody's kind of got over that hump.
Out of the shop for a second.
You got to get out of the shop for a second?
I got to step out of the shop. I got guys welding and beating and doing all kinds of shit.
Well, we won't keep you long. I know you got a little bit more to do. How much actually is there more to do on the car other than just throwing some paint on it?
Oh, there's a whole lot to do. We just put the body in this morning.
Yeah. Wait, what time this morning? When you say this morning?
What's that?
About what time this morning? When you say this morning, is it like 9:30 this morning, or was it like
10 o'clock?
Yeah, that's not so bad.
Yeah.
When was the last time you were in a bed?
Fine morning. 10 o'clock. I work till 4, 5, 6 in the morning, so.
Yeah. Well, I see one of the videos, he just about shit himself when he had his motor on the engine stand and a piece of metal dropped off of it.
Oh.
People were making all sorts of jokes on him online with that. He thought something to let loose in the
I'm
motor.
not able to hear them guys.
Yeah. You got to tell him to keep them cameras out of the shop.
Can you hear me okay now, Mike?
Yeah, I can hear you a little better now.
Okay, I'll try and adjust this as best we can. So the metal that fell down and almost caught your motor. How close was that call?
No, it didn't catch the motor. He thought something inside the motor
I
let
thought
loose.
it was okay. I misunderstood.
No.
Jeez.
On the motor?
Yeah, I remember the video. They posted a video. You running the motor on the engine stand, and next thing you know, a piece of metal fell off of something, and you had you about shit your pants.
Oh, yeah. That was a bad deal. Something fell off the body, and I didn't know what it was. The motor died at the same time. I jumped back and fell up the storage on the front wire.
Man, that's got to put the
not
heart
good.
rate. Yeah, there's nothing funny there.
No.
Not good at all.
It wasn't funny.
Excited a little bit to get back with Team WFO, running with Josh and everybody.
Oh, yeah. That's my typical guys I run with down here around home anyhow.
Right, that was the team you started, correct?
Yeah. We started that, me and Josh and Moose, Chris Weatherby, back, I don't know, 10 years ago, 12.
Mm-hmm. And
we ran together ever since.
that
But this is going to be my retirement show.
this is it
Retirement
afterwards,
show.
huh?
Yep, I'm retiring at Blizzard Bash.
Well,
That's a way to go out.
Definitely, yeah. He's definitely going to go out with a bang then.
Remember, was it 2 years ago? It was one of the black and green cars? Was up against the dirt, and Mike backed up and gave him 2 shots before he blasted him and left pieces of the motor all over the.
He gave him a chance to
He
break
gave him a
his
chance.
flag.
Guy didn't break his stick.
When he hit second or third, I don't know which one, but he shifted halfway across and basically sent the rods out through the block.
Didn't you catch fourth doing that? Because you took off in second.
I hit third gear, but I revved it up a couple times, gave him an option to shut it or to break the flag, and he wouldn't do it.
No.
There's a price to pay.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Well, are we going to see that same kind of tenacity on your farewell tour of Blizzard Bash?
Oh, yeah. You'll see a whole lot worse.
Nice. I like to hear that.
Nice. Nice. That just brought my excitement level right up.
Oh,
I'm going
man.
out with a bang.
That's what I like to hear.
So it seemed like Josh and the crew have done a pretty good job of carrying the torch for WFO and representing pretty well, but now you say that the team is going to be bringing it up that extra level this year, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Man.
How are their builds coming?
They're already done.
They're done?
Actually, Josh and McAdams are headed over here as we speak. Come help me finish up on mine.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Man, what would it mean to you to come away with a win in your last run at Blizzard Bash?
I'd be speechless. I mean, there'd be nothing else to compare to it, but that's not what I'm going for.
Nice.
I had a feeling
That's
you
what
were
I
going to say
love to
that.
hear.
That's awesome.
I love to hear that. Love it.
That's great.
That is just awesome.
Sir,
I'm going to junk everything in my way.
Nice. I like to hear that.
look at Brian.
That's
Right.
terrific, man. That's what I love right there. Just junk stuff. I just junk stuff.
Well, what's he driving?
Yep.
What are you building now?
Just a little old caddy.
A little old caddy.
Oh, nice.
Probably something like an 85 Fleetwood, right?
79, 80, something like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Leave Sprung Seville.
Yeah. There you go.
Just a rust bucket.
Yeah.
Just a rust bucket.
Mike, does it have
All the
the?
time patching all the rust.
There you go.
And obviously you're running a 4-speed, right? Because we know that's like your trademark.
5-speed, yep.
5-speed, nice. That's awesome. I can't wait, man.
Yeah, that just.
Got the new motor together. It runs pretty gnarly.
Awesome.
Well, you're not running an LS, are you?
No, I'm running a little 337 I built.
Yep.
Nice.
That thing's gonna be screaming.
Oh yeah. That thing's gonna turn all sorts of R's. That's terrific.
Wow.
Hey, Mike, a little off the topic, but we'll have you on there. This was your first year of kind of full-time promoting. How'd that go? Did you enjoy that? Obviously, probably not as much as driving, but I mean, how would your first year as promoting? How'd that go?
Oh, it went great.
Good.
We had real good turnouts at all of our shows. The drivers all, respect me, so we didn't have much issues with inspections or anything.
Good.
But we averaged 40, 50 to 60 cars at every show.
Wow,
Good.
that's awesome.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
That's good.
But I enjoyed it.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
I love the sport, and it's just getting to where I can't run. I mean, my doctor told me that I could fucking die or break my neck or paralyzed or whatever in one hit if it was a bad one. But
Yeah, I guess it's probably time to start promoting.
Or go balls out at Blizzard Bash, whichever. It's all the same, right?
Just wrap yourself up good before you go out, and you're good.
I got a 5-point, and then I've got a Hans device and a carbon fiber helmet. So
Yep.
Nice. That's cool, man.
my family's okay with it. They know what could happen, and they're okay with it. They know what the consequences are or could be. But they want me to run, so.
Well, I guess above all, I mean, we got to make sure the drivers stay safe, and Ultimate Derby does a pretty good job of making sure that they've got the provisions in place to make sure.
It sounds like Mike's
they're all
right
right.
above and beyond.
You got to talk about energy and motion. If you're going faster than everybody else and hitting everybody else faster, it doesn't hurt as much.
Transference of energy, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Remember, Ben, if you're going 40 and the thing coming at you is going 40, that's a cumulative 80-mile-an-hour impact.
Yeah.
Right, but if you're going...
That's why you beat them to the punch.
That's why if you're going 45 and they're going 40, you're still 5 mile an hour faster, so you're going to win that one.
Right.
It's still 85 miles an hour impact.
You gotta look at the bright side.
I'll race them to the middle.
Yeah. You want to be the first one there.
Absolutely.
Well, Mike, awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing you here in a couple of days. I know Josh is looking forward to picking your brain for more tips about any number of different cars, and obviously,
I give him tips all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he forgets them.
Yeah.
Start giving that stuff to Ben. Just send those.
Guys, I'm going to get back on it.
All right.
Got a lot of work to do.
Appreciate it.
You guys this weekend.
All right,
All
take
right,
it
Mike,
easy,
See you
Mike.
soon, Mike. Thanks. Yeah, bye now.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.
There goes Mike Brown. I have a feeling they needed him in the shop.
Yeah.
Yep. Either that or he looked in the door and seen him doing something they weren't supposed to be doing.
He said he wasn't going far from the shop. He said that was part of the game plan.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. And them guys drive hard to start with. Hall and them guys, they put on
they were
show madman
last year.
Yeah, and now they're going to come out and drive harder.
Yeah, putting Mike in there is just gonna.
Back at home,
and you don't have to worry about a rev limiter chip this year.
Hey, how about WFO against JYD first round?
Oof.
There's a lot of compelling combinations for the WFO in the first round.
Yeah,
A lot.
That would be crazy.
Well, that's one of them teams that are just going out just to junk shit, and this is where it comes into effect. Teams don't want to. Don't want to draw that team that just have the mindset of
we're junking
screw
stuff.
it. We're not here to win. We're here to ruin somebody's day. I mean that's definitely if you're a team that I want to make it a final. Make it into the finals, make it through this first round with the least amount of damage, and everybody's goal is there. But then the next thing you got these guys that are like.
We're drunken shit.
Wingers that are just going to come out and just, I'm going to hit you sideways, upside down, forwards, backwards, whatever way I hit you, I'm going to hit you. That puts a whole different spin on it.
Every year we talk to JYD in the tech line. That's what they said. Wait till you see how we drive. Wait till you see the motor. Wait till you see watch how we can hit people this year. I mean, there's just guys that's what they're there for. Is they just want to junk stuff. I mean, that's. And you've touched on it 100 times about different shows. You got the guys that are there to to change the outcome, and that's And
they're definitely they're game. I mean, these guys are game changers. I mean,
no doubt.
There's not. I shouldn't say that. Just dumb guys. I mean, everybody out there could be potentially a game changer, but when you go in with a mindset like that, it's
a whole team. So, I mean, usually, kind of each team has their, they have their each driver has their own, what they're supposed to, what they take care of. But
these guys,
when you get 4 guys that are all on the gas here to make junk, I mean, that's, that makes it tough.
Fantasy League is open. It wraps up tomorrow night around 11 o'clock Eastern, and you can put your teams in. We got 100 and whatever still to load. They've been flying in all night. Chris Lancaster joining us here on the hotline. He's about to give the official Trucks on the Trailer post on Facebook, I believe. But Chris here hanging out with us momentarily.
Hey, what's up, Chris? Yeah.
Not quite, but it'll soon be Hollow the Cars on the trailer.
Perfect. that's how you know it's official.
Nice.
So Minnesota style, changing the name Calistota style. We've got Eric Moulet and Ryan Chivers joining the team this year out of California. You guys won your way in last year. Now you're in the national draw, and you guys have got to be excited to get back down to Blizzard Bash.
Ecstatic. Yeah, we kind of a couple little bit of changes, but Ryan joined the team, and we thought with two Californians, didn't make sense to be Minnesota, so we kind of combined the two and went with Calistota style. Same red, white, and blue paint job and everything.
Nice.
You guys turned some heads. All those Minnesota teams last year were turning heads. The Minnesota Outlaws, they were a factor. And then we saw the crazy Iowans. And obviously not Minnesota, but they were a force. And man, getting into that national bracket now that you're in, how important is it now to stay in it?
Well, that's our goal. Well, the first goal is just have a lot of fun. We got two guys traveling 20 hours or so towing right now. So the first part is just have a ton of fun, and then, God, the competition's unbelievable at this level. So if we can even keep our spot and then just see what happens. I mean, remember last year, very few picked us to win it, and kind of got lucky, and we'll see what happens this year.
Just want to point out real quick that guy and that guy did not, but this guy right here did.
What?
Pick Minnesota style to win.
Good for you.
And that guy didn't. And if Josh was here, he'd be on there too.
Good for you.
Hey, you know what? Even a blind squirrel finds out once in a while.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on, man.
You-
Chris
you-
is on the phone.
No, you're beating
playing
us on
odds.
picks. Chris did they did a great job, but for you doing, you getting the right pick and us getting the wrong pick, that's, you find, every now and then you outguess
Yeah,
us. That's
Fair
okay.
enough. I never doubted.
Now, Chris, I got to ask, you got the good guard motor in the car, right? We're not going to see the 500 cubic inch caddy that we had salamanders and block heaters and all this stuff on in Minnesota trying to get running at Blizzard Bash, right? Or at Winter Slam, right?
No. That's my fun. Let's try something different. This
Yeah,
one's
that
got
was
the bomber transmission, guard motor, postal Mopar rear end, blah blah blah, Joker spindles,
Yeah.
All right.
bar,
Just making sure.
made pedals. This has got the good stuff.
All right. I
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure,
Minnesota was stuffing 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound can.
Yeah, I don't think that Thunderbird was ready for a 500
No.
cubic inch Cadillac stuff down in it.
Oh,
Doing anything creative with the front wheels?
With the front wheels?
Yeah. No?
he's trying to throw him off because he always
Yeah.
has the back wheels.
Yeah, I was waiting. Couldn't get him to bite. Worth
No.
a shot.
Are you going for the backward rims?
Yeah.
I'm not even going to be running backward rims here.
Nowhere.
No.
It's worth a shot.
No. All full centered, just
Oh, yeah. Ready to
beef
go.
straight up.
How the professor's car come together,
all
Eric?
that good stuff.
How'd Eric's car come together?
Eric's car came together awesome. He's running a 73 Caddy again, so it'll look familiar.
Oh, yeah.
Without the kicker.
Yeah, that car was
He got a brand
nasty.
new guard motor built. A brand new guard motor built. He wanted a little bit more horsepower, so he's going with the 383 high output.
Nice.
Yeah, I talked to Jeremy last week, I think it was, and he said he's going to be at the show, and he said that he's really looking forward to it. He said he's got a couple different combinations these guys are trying out there, so there's that's nice. Eric with a little more horsepower because he wasn't junking enough stuff last year. Now he's got more horsepower. That's great. He had to put on a show with that.
Yeah, he's a hell of a driver. You guys got to see Ryan Chivers' cage too. His car when you see it. The California build is a little different on the cage. You might get blown away on it.
We'll have to check that out.
In what sense? Is he gonna have to cut it apart, or is it something that we're just gonna be like, whoa, you need to add more metal to it?
You won't say add more metal. I promise you that.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah,
Good to hear.
He's got, yeah,
all right.
Good to
probably
hear.
about a 48-point cage.
That's great.
So if the cars,
Let's just say we're glad that he has that the high output nitro Baldwin motor in it.
Nice.
He's gonna need it.
holy cow.
That's awesome.
You guys rolling out tonight? You're rolling out later this week. What's your travel plan?
So Eric and and Brian are on the road right now. They're Eric's flying, but his car's on the road now. And then Mitch and I are leaving out tonight or tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning. So we'll be there probably about 3-4 o'clock.
Mitch has some momentum going for him. Good guy to have back on the team.
Absolutely.
You guys did a lot of driving this year. You were out in Mandan. Mitch was on the crew out there, and then Mitch, he was second place at Winter Slam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Brandon Johnson finished to the end, and he didn't quite take it.
But he's doing well, and wishing him some good luck this year. I mean, what would it mean to you guys to come out of the qualifying, be the first team to do it, come out of the qualifying bracket, turn around, and have a shot at winning the thing?
That would be cool, but with the level of competition, I'm going to just stick with let's not be the team that goes out of qualifying and doesn't stay in the national round.
Right.
Absolutely.
Now, Ben told me one time that every time you pull on the track, if you're not going out there with the intention of winning the thing, blah, 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 blah.
Well, you are. That's what Chris is saying, is that he wants to win enough to stay. So, I mean, in
Who
order to
told
stay,
you
got to win.
Did. You told me if you're not
The
going out there
intentions to win.
you got to go out there with the intentions of winning the thing. If you're not going out there with the
You
intentions
got
of
hit in
winning
the
the
head.
thing. Was it Josh then?
That ain't me, because I go out there and jump
Totally
shit.
you. Not speaking for yourself, obviously.
No, you
But you won
got
a
to
lot.
believe. I think you misunderstood. You have to believe that you can win.
Yeah, I mean,
you have to believe you can win. But
I mean, everybody that we've talked to tonight is just like, well, we just want to get to the features. Just everybody's playing their cards, huh?
well, it's no different than when you interview somebody in NASCAR. What do they say? I just want to have a good run, and we want to go out and da 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 da. And it's just playing the game, man. It's just like politics.
He ain't gonna be on there right now and say, "Yeah, we're gonna go out there, we're gonna dominate through the first round, we're gonna make it down to the end and kicking the shit out of everybody." Because you know what? He just put a big ass bullseye on him.
But he should. Everybody should.
In their minds, that's what they're saying.
Oh, absolutely. Behind closed doors, it's just like us. It's just like us on the airplane there, and on before the microphones come on. That's where the best talks happen.
Yeah.
It's how it is with the teams. When they're behind closed doors and there's 4 drivers standing there, that's when the truth comes out.
37,000 feet. We can talk about whatever we want.
Absolutely.
Cell phones are off.
Yeah, we usually do.
We got to rent a plane sometime. Let everybody travel with us.
Rent a plane.
Why not?
Well, don't you have? I mean,
You won't
you're-
even let us rent a Hummer or an Escalade at the rental car, and you want to rent a
I
plane.
got you guys a Jeep this year that has 4x4.
A Jeep
Oh.
Compass.
Yes.
Hey, not for nothing, but you do have a helicopter picking Mr. Decker up to bring him up to Syracuse Wednesday, right?
Obviously.
I mean, I hate for him to have to.
Is
get
the
up
car is the car painted? Enough about Josh. Is the car painted yet, Chris?
Car's fully painted, just waiting for it to dry. Loading the truck, and we'll put it on the trailer tomorrow morning.
Awesome.
Cool.
We'll catch up here with Sam Williams in just a minute or two. Anything that we didn't hit on? I'm just excited to see you guys again down there, and hopefully you bring the same fury as what we saw last year in the qualifying bracket win.
No, that's about it. I mean, thanks for having me. Blast to love what you guys do for the sport. Can't say thank you enough, and fingers crossed.
Travel safe. We'll see you in a couple days.
Thanks. Talk soon.
See you later.
Jeez,
There
Chris.
goes Chris Lancaster. I want somebody to be mouthy. I want somebody to come out. Muhammad Ali. Everybody hated Muhammad Ali, but he was the greatest. You know what I mean? I'm on an island by myself here.
Yeah.
No, I'm all about
It
holding
sounds
it
good
close
to
to the
yourself.
vest. Let your actions speak for
I didn't
themselves.
catch. Ben said something.
I said it all sounded good to yourself.
Did.
Got to let your actions speak.
Yep.
Our first phone has died, and Chris is getting the second one.
He's got to get the backup phone.
Getting the backup phone.
'Cause I know it's not going to make it to the end. We taxed that little phone.
So who you got to try to get now?
Sam.
Sam, I sent Mike Worth another message, and I didn't hear back from him. He had something to do with his fire department locally.
Did you see they're putting the track down already?
Yup.
Yeah.
Track's
There was-
going down.
There was I seen there was piles, and then today, a little later, I saw they were actually working on it. So everything should be good. We should be good to go.
I think we lost our overlays. Oh well. Anyway,
There's
we'll
one.
come back to that here in just a second. Napa Auto Parts
Want me to
Winter
read that
Slam
for you?
2017
Do it.
coming up next on February 11th. New home for that one, St. Peter, Minnesota, 2017. World Class 2,000 to win, stock 80 is 1,000 to win, trucks 1,000 to win, compacts 1,000 to win. It's full. There's no spots left. Zero. No spots. Hardest hitter in each class gets $300 and a trophy. The longest tow gets $100. Second longest gets $75. Best paint $100, and then it's event wide. They had like 20 cars sitting out in front of that thing last year for best
that's a lot.
paint, 20 cars and trucks. It was huge. Build questions, go to Randy Maslowski, 507-327-1944. Hold off until after Veterans Day if you got build questions, because he's going to be a little bit tied up getting his 80 stock class entry down to Topeka. Grounds and vendor information, go to Jeremy Ertman, 507-525-4290. And Ultimate Derby, of course, we don't want to miss them. Blizzard Bash is coming up this weekend, November 10th to the 13th, 2016. BlizzardBash.com for more details. You can watch it online. Pay-per-view, it's $50 for the week. DerbyNation.tv has all the details there. Capital City Cartage registration is open for everybody, and that thing is filling in a hurry. 10,000 to win limited world class, 9,000, 8,000, 7,000 to the top 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
payout.
1 down through the top 10. $5,000 Mad Dog Award, $200 to enter limited worlds, 100-car limit. Email CandaceUltimateDerby.com for details on that one. And then, of course, coming up next May, already the plan's coming together for that one, May the 13th, May Mania. $35,000 in payout, team truck format on the docket. They've got space for something like 20 teams, and the way they've got it mapped out right now, obviously there's more space if more two-man teams sign up. $5,000 Mad Dog Award, named after Team Thunderstruck, which is Brad Bowman and Robbie Layton, who are going to see make their first trip to Blizzard Bash coming up this weekend. Brad sent me a picture of the back of his car. It's almost done, as is pretty much every other car. You name the driver, it's pretty much almost done, because even if it is done, you can't help but nitpick at it just a little bit and make sure all of those I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. So, with that being said, Smash It Demolition Derbies, appreciate all of their help through the course of the year. Online, smashitderby.com, details out about Bash for Cash.
Yeah, a few rules changes I was reading through the other day. They're starting to get some entries in.
Those guys are already building.
Oh,
Yes,
absolutely.
there's no question that this guy's already building for that one. Online, Smash It, show you one more time, smashitderby.com if you want additional details. Thanks a lot to everybody who helped make this season a success, all the volunteers, the fair boards, the fans, the drivers, builders, everybody that made it possible. Thanks from Smash It Demolition Derbies. And rounding out probably one of the fastest and most exciting hours that we've had on this show. Got to get the right phone. We're going to finish up here with a quick conversation with Sam Williams, find out if he's had any time to relax in the last 2 weeks, or if he's got any time to relax planned in the next
5 days,
6-7 days.
He might be hiding up in his new viewpoint. Hanging out up there, checking out, seeing the view. No, there's definitely, I'm sure there's a little bit of a lull point, but for the most part, he's nonstop.
Yeah, no
100
kidding.
miles an hour.
You might have hit it right there, nonstop, 100 miles an hour. Sam Williams joined us, taking a break out of his busy day. Everybody from Ultimate Derby has descended onto Topeka or is en route there. All the cars are en route there. So at this point, Sam, you just got to kick your feet up and wait for the checkered flag to fly, right?
Yeah, something like that. I tell you what, we were in interviews all day today and all that fun stuff, unloading trailers, getting everything ready to go. They have most of the dirt already hauled in over the weekend. I was here a week ago and asked them if they could put the dirt inside for us because we were supposed to have rain Sunday night and Monday, and absolutely did have. It's kind of funny. I'm looking at the hotel room right now at one of the big trailers are already getting here with cars and stuff in it, and they're getting bags out of it now. So it's happening. I mean, it's time to go, and we're excited.
I can't get over the conversation we've had. Builders in various states of process. Some of the guys that are already loaded up on the trailers that are driving 20-plus hours to come there. We talked to Dustin Ingram, who's on his way in from Canada. At the same time, Eric Millay and Ryan Chivers are coming in from California, all two
got it covered.
Coming into Topeka. And then we talked to Mike Brown, and he's like, I got to get off the phone. They're doing something to my car. It's just the swings in geography and the swings in build statuses as we come up on it. I mean, if you think about it, from where we are right now, we've got about 3 days until the first heat to get the first green flag.
Yeah, the campers are already pulling in the parking lot. It's funny. There's campers already hooking up back here. So it's crazy how early that people are starting to descend on Topeka. And I mean, we're excited. The Kansas Expo Center is excited. I've been with them all day today. Met with the county commissioners this morning. They can't thank the drivers and everybody enough for basically keeping this event here in Topeka. So everybody's excited, and we're ready to rock and roll. Tomorrow's all our setup day. And so we'll be having all the hoists and everything set up. So by Wednesday morning, we are ready to rock and roll and start just having a great event.
had a couple conversations with the drivers that have all more or less said the same thing, and I guess this was probably some of the mindset that you guys had when you put it together. The return of the 03s. I remember a couple years ago that was some of the big news, that the migration of the 03s in and out of being legal. They're back into the mix this year, and everybody pretty much saying the same thing, that it's not that big of a deal unless it's in the hands of a really good builder. Otherwise, it's just another car on the way to a win.
I tell you what, it's going to be a chess match between the hands of a good builder and the eyes of a good tech. And I mean, that's where it all comes down to is, our tech's got to hold 100% of the line on those rules. And I will challenge them tomorrow night. Is we don't care whose name's above the door. I don't care whose name's on the roof sign. We 100% want an unbiased event. And I've told everybody, if I ever find out that it ever went the other way, that person will be escorted off the property. So, I mean, as far as my techs go, and I promise you, these guys have been together all summer long. We've kept the same crew every event all summer long. It's the first time we've ever done that 10 years.
Wow.
And I tell you what, these guys are ready to go, and they are amped up. I just got a call with Kenny a little bit ago, and he's like, "Are we ready? Are we good?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're good." He's like, "All right, it's time to go." And so, I mean, my techs are just as amped up as everybody else is. So it's going to be fun. I mean, we're excited. A ton of respect. Drivers are going to be able to fix. I mean, we're not going to load. If the drivers want to load their car, they're going to load their car. We're given lists. And so that's the mindset. We've come into this event before with going, we're probably going to load 9 or 10 cars. It's the wrong mindset. We had to change our mindset. And so we're coming in here going, hey, let us work with you, but we're going to get it right. And so you may have to cut a lot on your car. But at the end of the day, you're going to cut it, and it's going to be right. And I got some of the best retechs in the business. And, I mean, these guys, I mean, they're as tough as the original tech. So I'm confident that we're going to do the best job we've ever done at this event this weekend.
The conversation that we had just with the 5 drivers that we talked to through the course of tonight, I didn't think it was possible to generate more interest and appeal in what that first round is going to be. And we were only talking to national bracket drivers. Mm-hmm. We've still got the limited weld teams, the compact teams, and the qualifying bracket teams that are going to be passing through tech inspection and going to be in action through the course of the weekend. This thing, it's certainly building more and more momentum. I can't wait to get out there.
Yeah, we're excited. It's like I said, it's been neat. We've been doing interviews and just educating the public on what's coming and doing stuff with this nonprofit. We get to go and donate our tickets tomorrow to them and talk to them, and it's so neat to hear people who have been to this event and they're like, "Oh, I went last year. I went 2 years ago, and it is so cool." And that's not. I mean, it's a cool arena. We try to put on the best event we can. But at the end of the day, the drivers know where the throttle is at this event, and that's what everybody loves. That's why everybody comes back. It's not us, not Ultimate Derby. It's purely we create an environment. They put on the show. We all get to sit back and watch it, and enjoy it.
You had the chance to go out and run this summer, and you got to run that team show with the Imperials. Is there any likelihood the Imperials are going to start showing up at Blizzard Bash?
Imperials scare off people, and it's like the 03s. And this is like our 5th run at them.
Right.
And we're finally getting it figured out. The Imperials are just kind of it's a 6,500-pound unicorn that very few people understand. Mm-hmm. And so, either you go, I don't give a crap, I've never seen one run, or, hey, you know what, I've heard my dad and grandpa told me they're the baddest car out there. It's a tough car because it's perception. And
sure.
Perception is reality. I mean, I proved it. I bet mine. Craig bet his. I didn't even run very long in mine bet. And so it's one of those things that I think there's a class for them. I don't believe it's the class we're in right now, mm-hmm. but I believe as the builds lighten up a little bit, limited weld becomes more popular. I'm going to say limited weld, go out on a limb a little bit here, limited weld may be taking over national and qualifying in the years to come. Not saying next year for sure, just saying we're kind of watching that trend. And then I'm going to say you're going to see a modified class come back hard. DPs, no DPs. If you don't have a DP, maybe kickers. Then you might see Imperials come. Mm-hmm. We're looking 2 years down the road, a year down the road. What do we do? How do we stay ahead of this? I mean, Capital Carton is trying the new 2-man thing. Do we bring Imperials back? Do we need to go limited weld? Do you guys want to do all this? I mean, we are going to spend so much time asking the drivers this weekend, what do you guys want to see? What is it you want to do? And so, I mean, they're the ones that determine this. Same amount of prize money. We put up the prize money. They put on the show. how they build them, we don't care. We're just going to attack to the rules that they're built to.
That's awesome. It would be cool to see. It would be cool to see Imperials run inside with the gears they'd have and the motors, and
it's fun.
That would be awesome.
It is fun,
but
on a sticky track.
Yeah, no kidding. Now, Sam, I got to ask you a question. It's a little off the Derby topic, but did you bring your oldest son with you? I know his Buckeyes put a little bit of whooping on the Cornhuskers this weekend, and I seen a little talking back and forth on Facebook, and I wanted to know if he still came to the show with you, or if
he's in a closet at home.
Yeah,
I haven't heard a peep out of him in days now. I don't know what's going on. No, it's kind of wild. He also wrestles in the national circuit,
nice.
So we're trying to get him down here for a day or two for Blizzard Bash, but he will be wrestling in Tulsa, Oklahoma next week. So just calculating how many days of school he can miss. And so, we're hoping to get him down here for a couple days, but it's you will see me embarrass myself completely in front of a crowd. There's this potential because Nebraska just got their tails absolutely kicked. So there might be a bet that I have to fulfill my side of it, possibly this weekend. So you know what? We sat there and watched it together, and there wasn't a whole lot. I could get as crabby as I wanted to, and it didn't help at all. We still sucked. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
that's great.
I had a sister to wear Ohio State sweatshirts and crap, and she's like, you know what, I don't really like Nebraska that much anymore. I'm like, oh, sure. I'm just going to turn. So.
That's awesome.
Ohio State we live 10 minutes from Lincoln's deal, and he's been Ohio State since he's been a little guy. He's wrestled in their room. He's been invited to wrestle down there. He loves his Buckeyes, so I can't hold it against him.
It's kind of cool when you can do that with a kid, though, and you guys can kind of go back and forth a little bit. That's always fun.
Yeah, we have a good time, so it's definitely a lot of harassment. The more fun one, Brian, is when we get into the conversation of who's a better driver, and we have to break out videos, and then he has to show me he's a better driver too. Now that was a little harder to swallow than a football game.
I wasn't there in person, but I will say I was very impressed with his the effort he had in Utah. That was very. I mean, he drove way beyond his years out there. He did a great job out there. I definitely when I see him this weekend, or if I do, I gotta give him a nice job on that. He did a hell of a job of driving in Utah.
Real quick, let me point out one thing though. He did a great job driving, yes, but he did not put an El Camino on our laps. That was his dad.
All right, just checking.
Sam gets bonus
I finally got
points.
broke away enough to make a hit. It was kind of fun when I finally got to hit that thing. I didn't mean to put it in your lap, but it was fun. But no, he'll be driving Capital Carnage. He's going to drive in the big boy class. He said, I want to drive Limited Weld, so he'll be driving Capital Carnage.
Cool.
So Blizzard Bash just wasn't in the cards for him. Like I said, wrestling season, and with all the move and everything we're doing right now, it's just crazy. So, yeah, no, he's excited to drive Capital Carnage, and of course, picking my rules apart already. So,
perfect.
Nice, good for him.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to catching up with you out there. Anybody that you want to make mention of here before we let you go?
I can't thank Kansas Expo Center and SMG Management enough. They have taken me all over the place today and this week and last week, bringing the dirt in early for us. I'm telling you, you will feel a completely different feeling when you get here. It's been great to be here before, but they just want the drivers to know how much they appreciate them this time. And it's a lot of new people at the Expo Center, so be patient with them. They have a lot of this staff has not been here very long, so it's a great staff. But just be patient with them when you get here. If you have any issues, find me, and we'll get you parked. I mean, I know camper spaces are new for us, and they've sold like 70 of them. So Everybody's got a spot.
Wow.
We'll get it figured out. Just come here ready to have fun. If we can come here ready to have fun, I promise you I'll get the details worked out. So, I mean, I can't thank everybody enough for coming, and please be safe. And we'll see everybody, Prairie Band Casino, Derby Tees, everybody who's sponsored us, Marriott and Chambliss Welding, everybody that's, helped get us here. We really appreciate everybody. And so, obviously Crash Course, you guys are awesome, and we'll see you guys in a couple days.
Well, just make sure you give them a picture of me so they can post it on the wall. So
yours is on the security wall already. Something about keep off property. I tore it down once, but I went right back up.
Okay. All right.
That's awesome.
Because I had to notify the FBI that I'm coming. So
perfect. Thanks, Ben. That makes traveling the day after Election Day feel a lot more comfortable.
Hey, you ain't even seen the best yet. Wait till I pull up. Wait till you go to the airport tomorrow morning. Wednesday morning.
Yeah, because things are going to go real smooth at the airport with 3 duffel bags full of wires.
Yeah, the day after the election.
The day after the election.
And I've been doing nothing but grinding for the past week and a half, so the metal detectors are going to go off when I go through.
Wash your clothes or buy new. Go to the store and buy new clothes. You don't have to worry about it.
Hey, Ben, don't cheaters have to use a lot of grinders? I mean, I don't know. I've just heard that rumor. I don't know if that's true.
What did you say?
Don't cheaters have to use a lot of grinders?
Yeah. Hey, I don't have to worry because the car's already on the trailer on our way out there. So.
It's from my show.
Get out of this one, kid. Sam, appreciate everything. We'll be seeing you here soon.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Sure,
see you, Sam.
All right, man, Sam. Thanks. We'll see you later. There goes Sam Williams.
Chris Marco, are you excited to go out here or what?
Am.
Are you?
I am.
I mean, are you ready to go?
For the most part, yeah.
And listen, we've said it before. We have a goal this year. We're going to get Chris to eat and drink water every day we're out there.
It's a good goal.
That's a goal.
It's a good
goal. Mean, even if I have to get cardboard and put a little salt on it for you, we're going to get you.
Pack Cheerios. They're gluten free.
Yep. Cheerios and water. We're going to get Chris ready to go.
Cheerios. Perfect.
Hey, better than nothing.
No, but Ryan Ostrander got his hats.
Cool.
I got the decal.
The
pictures
Team Kansas shirt you did, I love that. The colors explode on that thing. They are so awesome. Great job on that.
It is in Rochester right now. Still as a digital file. I don't think it got to the carousel today, so I don't know when it's going to get out there. Right now we're figuring about $50 a box. There's like 6 or 7 boxes that need to come. They're going to be overnighted via FedEx as soon as they get off the carousels. I don't know anything more than that.
I know that they're going to look awesome when they're done. You did a great job on those shirts.
Thank you.
Very. The colors pop. It's great. I really like those shirts.
Let's see.
I mean, they're not as good as Josh Decker's, but they're not Josh Decker's shirts. I mean, let's be honest.
Josh Decker's shirts are old now. We got to make new Decker shirts. We got to put 21X OGFY underneath it. I think that's the next one. That's what I'm working on.
That's cool.
That's what Katie told me to make anyway.
I sent Katie a message. I said, could you please make sure that you get hair gel for Mr. Decker because he can't go on without his hair gel.
You have no faith in me.
You were bringing his hair gel?
I've already got that.
We have to buy it out there because you can't take it on the plane because there's so much.
You just got to bring a little tube.
No, you got to need a big tube. You need a couple tubes.
Oh, well.
That's why we had to go to
Walmart.
I've already got that.
Okay.
It's already packed.
All right.
It's ready to go. You missed the post
TSA
that
is
I
going to
tagged.
confiscate it.
Most likely.
Yeah.
You missed the post where I actually mentioned that you and I had gone out to dinner. And you were conversing with Josh about having to cut up his steak for the first time when we were out there. I didn't realize what was happening, but Josh is very well taken care of with his helicopters and his hair gel.
That's good.
Well, his hair gel, when it confiscated, will be with his car keys.
Yikes. That house, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be here all week. Try the veal.
Oh, yeah. Them guys are pricks.
Oh, wow. That's a good one.
That's serious. I tell you. No, don't get me
so you aren't going to go back. You'll sleep. In theory, you're going to go to sleep tonight, and then you won't go to bed again until probably early Thursday morning. Because I mean, we have to be on the road from your house by 4:00. So
I'm not going to bed.
Yeah, you're not going to bed.
I'm not going to bed.
No, you're not going to
go
bed.
Through boxes.
Before 4:00 probably.
Yeah, you're not going to go to bed that night. So I mean,
no,
you're probably looking 4 or 5 o'clock Thursday morning.
I got one decal left to get back. I got one set of decals I got to get back, and if it doesn't come back, I got a plan B in place where I'm going to be able.
Listen, I have an idea. You know how you come down the gangplank onto the airplane and you stand there and there's kind of that opening. What would happen if we put a crash course sticker on the side of the airplane before we got on?
Let's tag it.
What would happen? What's the worst thing that could happen?
You guys,
the worst thing?
I'll be the last in line. You guys, I'm the smallest one, so you guys, I'll be the last in line. You guys can divert everybody, and I'll just put it up there.
What's the worst thing that could happen? In all seriousness,
the short list.
Yeah,
of worst things.
Yeah,
we don't get on the plane.
No, not for just putting a sticker on it.
I don't know, man.
Just put one in the bathroom.
I would be on board with that.
No, that's not as cool as having a sticker on the outside.
We could tag the bathroom. We can put it on the seats.
It is if the decal says Crash Course Mile High Club.
Ooh, I don't know. I know what you and Josh got planned.
I'll leave
I'm
that
good
one
there.
alone because I'm
There
about
we
ready
go.
to say something.
Got everybody calm right down there, didn't
I'm gonna. Brad and I will be sitting with each other talking.
As long as there's no 6-foot blinds on the plane.
Ooh. What do you think, Chris? Hey, you know what? This show could go on.
I'm patient right now.
On TV.
Yeah.
Very patient.
I think this show could make the TV. We didn't use any.
No, yeah, we swore. Mike Brown swore. Jimmy
Mike Brown
Johnson
got a
swore.
couple, I think.
I swore.
Jimmy Johnson did.
Can't
It was a
go
good
on.
show. Doesn't matter.
What do you think,
Can't go
Chris?
on.
I'm trying to think if we missed anything. Todd Height, he was at the hospital getting his leg checked out again, and he had to leave his appointment because his grandmother was being rushed into ICU. So he said he's going to check in and listen to the rest of the show later. I would advise probably doing it later.
Yeah, I would say so.
Well wishes to him. Hopefully everything's okay there. And I know Nate Middendorf had a bunch of questions about the RC Derby, asking Axel questions. I had a bunch of people sending me photos of their bodies, asking about how they could body line their car. Brad Witt posted a picture of the envelopes for the heat draws for the RC stuff. Ed Brewster was down in Florida. He got a first place down there. I don't have a team. I couldn't get anybody that wanted to run with me. They said that your transmission is going to fail if I team up with you. We got to have a shot at winning. So
Body seam sealer.
So you're telling me that the number one man in all of RC Derby, Chris Marquardt, is just going to be a spectator out there?
I'm going to be working my butt off out there. I'm not going to be driving your car. No, I don't have the logistics of getting the cars out there, and moreover,
You are Chris fucking Marquardt.
and well, now we definitely know it's not going to be on TV. Go ahead, tell me.
You are Chris Marquardt. I mean, I can't believe that.
I'm not driving. No. But if you wanted to wonder where my car would be, Alan would be driving it, and it would have been just fine.
Absolutely, without a doubt. Alan's an up and coming driver.
He's a wheel man.
He's a wheel man.
We were trying to fix the transmission in that purple and white one last night, so we were hanging out down at the basement. I set his Sabres car out there in the middle, and I said, just pound away on it. Let's see if we can get the transmission to fall apart. He's blasted his car, flipping it over, and we couldn't get the transmission to fail, of course, at home. But it had no guts at all. I had nothing, so something's wrong. I don't know what's wrong.
So have you talked to your wife about the fact that, honey, he's this good in an RC car. We're going to have to start the natural migration to bigger and better vehicles.
Racing mud bosses and in the sprints and stuff on RC tracks.
Knocking the windows out of the black car out front.
Negative. I ever tell you the story about how I convinced Josh that somebody stole it on his behalf?
Mm-hmm. Wasn't that awesome? I would go on a limb and say Ben would help him put an Imperial subframe underneath that.
Getting wrecked.
And I think Ben could help him have a hell of a car there.
It's not getting wrecked.
Right to wheel days.
It's not getting wrecked.
He's what, 8 now?
No.
7?
No, he'll be 8 next year.
So 9 years. Ben's got 9 years to build him a car to go to wheel days.
He's gonna have to go buy it then.
9
years. Go buy the car
years.
because he's not building the black one. If that would result in me getting a divorce, losing that car. I got rid of all the other ones, and my wife was furious when I got rid of the 300. She said, "You are not selling the black one. I don't care what it is that we need. You're not selling it."
But let's be honest. If Alan said, "Mom, I want to wreck it," she wouldn't say no.
What if it's got snakes in it?
We would have to probably not sell it. I see what you did there. You're not planning things.
What?
I caught up with that.
She's not. She's
going to tell him no.
No.
She's going to tell him no.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
I could do this all night. I can't help but notice that our viewers are dropping like flies now.
Stick a fork in it.
We're done.
We're done.
The next time we talk to you guys, we will be in Topeka, Kansas.
Yep.
Most likely.
Dropping the bombs.
Dropping the mics. Mic drop everywhere we go. Now, we aren't going to do a show when we get there. Our first show will be the draw Wednesday night, correct?
Yeah, probably given time, our first Finger Lakes 1 airing, so to say, is going to be the heat draw show. And then after that, I don't know what we're going to do. Last year, we got in a spot where we were having a little bit of tough luck, so we didn't because we were running our butts off the whole time. So I don't know what the game plan is from this point on. Last year, remember, we had tried to rig up our camera like we had in years past, and they ended up moving the cameras around so much in the facility that we couldn't leave them up, and at risk of having to tear stuff down. I'm bringing the headsets, and then I got some questions for you guys once we wrap up here. But that's going to do it. Eric Tatey just said he'd have been on my RC team. He won the limited well division or the stock division when we were there. Was it last year? Or was that Capital City Carnage? Stenberg almost won it, and then...
Yeah, it came down to Tatey and Stenberg, didn't it?
Tatey and Stenberg, yeah. Yeah, he picked up a win out there. I'm sure we'll see him along with thousands of the other friends that we've got all over this great country. Coming up here, we'll get into town Wednesday. Ben does not have any friends, and he's getting fewer by the minute as he keeps threatening to steal my car. That's going to do it for this edition of episode number 155. We will see you again in Blizzard Bash coming up real soon in Topeka. It happens this week. See you then. Maybe. There it goes.
The Crash Course Podcast is brought to you in part by DerbyParts.com. The 2015 Wadena Grand Slam. Bull Lockwood Motorsports and the 2015 Keystone Nationals. Scioppa Racing and ScioppaRacing.com. Ultimate Derby and Blizzard Bash 2015. Demo Derby Masters. Reckless Abandon Derby Apparel at RecklessAbandonGear.com. And Derby Inc. Magazine. Live it, breathe it, be it, Derby Inc. This is the Crash Course Demolition Derby Podcast, recorded live at the FingerLakes1.com studios in downtown Seneca Falls, New York.